was born and raised in Amsterdam, and every single time I walk in Amsterdam outside, I see tourists make the same mistakes over and over again. Some of them are just frustrating for us living in Amsterdam, and other ones are just really dangerous. And a few of them are the exact reason that some people come home and say Amsterdam is overrated, when actually you just did it really wrong. So today I'm going to fix that. My name is Savannah, welcome to Maps and Suitcases. And if you're planning a trip to Amsterdam, this video just might save your entire trip. Before we get into it, hit subscribe if you're new here, if you are into luxury travel, because that's what we're doing here. I cover luxury travel vlogs, luxury hotel review vlogs, Disney videos, and I actually give you the tips that can make the difference for your trip. All right, let's go. Let's start with the one that actually makes people get hurt. This is Amsterdam. We do everything on a bicycle. If you're coming here as a tourist and you want to rent a bike because you want to have that Amsterdam experience, make sure that you know the rules, because it is super dangerous for the people living here, but also for you as a tourist to just bike your way to somewhere while you don't even know what the rules are. I don't know if you've ever seen like people on bicycles in Amsterdam, but they're speeding through the city. And if you are like cycling on the small cycle path that we have, you're just cycling really slow, you have multiple people next to each other, so you're basically blocking the entire path. And there's an Amsterdam cyclist that just wants to get moving because he's on his way to work or something. That's super dangerous. Make sure that you're staying out of the way if you're on a cyclist path. Also, do you know the thing on the road with the white stripes where like pedestrians can cross over? If there's not a traffic light, then in most cases pedestrians can cross over, and you as a cyclist or you as a car has to stop. And they, if you are the pedestrian in this case, do not wait, because they will take their advantage and just go. Do not wait. You just have to cross over because they have to stop. Those are the rules. And what you have to understand here in Amsterdam is that the cyclists are basically on top of the food chain. They own the city. That's just how it is. And the locals on the bikes have like zero patience for tourists who don't know what they're doing. If you rent a bike, make sure that you stay on the bike lane, not the road, not the pavement, but the bike lane. And if you are multiple people, don't take the whole freaking bike lane. Make sure that other people can pass. Also, if you're going left or right, you usually show that with a hand. I'm going this way, or I'm going this way. Otherwise, nobody knows where you're going. And people just assume that you're going straight ahead. That can also be very dangerous if you don't show that and you are suddenly turning right. I have seen tourists almost fall over off their bicycle because they just don't know the rules. And they are blocking the whole freaking thing for other people. If you're going to rent a bicycle, use this knowledge, yes, so you don't end up in a hospital or anything. Or just choose a different path. And I know, of course, you want to rent a bicycle because you know you're here and you want to experience. It's just for tourists, it's not the safest option. To be honest, I hate bicycles. I am pretty sure that I'm one of the few people living here, being born and raised here, that doesn't own a bicycle. I hate it, truly. And I feel it definitely in Amsterdam. I'm not going to, nope. So I'm either walking. If the weather is nice, you will see so many amazing things while you're just walking. If you are a tourist and you're here for the first time, there's really a lot to see. And everything is pretty close. So I would always suggest go by foot, because you will see way more of the city. And if the weather is bad, then just take like one of the trams, because it's very easy to get around. Now this is the mistake that will make or break your trip. So many tourists book their accommodation right in the center. And I mean like Dam Square, red light district, because it feels central. And yes, it is. It is central, but it's also super noisy, super chaotic. It smells really bad. I have to be honest with you, there's a lot of weed smell going on. And it is basically the least authentic Dutch part of the city. If you really want to do it well, if you really want to be in those authentic Dutch neighborhoods, then look for your place in the Jordaan, which is really close to the Dam Square. But you are away from the noise, away from the crowds, but really authentic Dutch. The Pijp is also really cute, really Dutch, and it's a lovely neighborhood, to be honest. You also have the Albert Kuipmarkt, which is a super cute market. That's just such a good Dutch neighborhood as well. Then the 9 streets. The 9 streets are so cute. They are so cute. It is an authentic shopping and dining district. You have to visit the 9 streets. Even if you're staying somewhere else, you have to visit the 9 streets. I don't know if you remember, but I also made a video, a hotel review vlog of the Conservatorium Hotel, which is located near the Museum Square, which is also where the luxury shopping street of Amsterdam is. And that is really, you're in the center, but you're also outside of all the craziness. So I would always recommend to find those kind of places. That means the Conservatorium Hotel is close to Museum Square and all of that, close to the museums, close to the luxury shopping street. Even if you stay in a great neighborhood, so many tourists only tick off like the boxes of the tourist triangle, which is just the big things. And of course, it's like going to Paris and visit the Eiffel Tower. You just have to visit some of those things. And I totally get it. I am totally behind it, but don't stop there, because there's so much more to Amsterdam than, for example, the Anne Frank house. It is mind-blowing, by the way, the Anne Frank house. It is insane. And you have to see it, but don't just do that. So most people only go to the Rijksmuseum, to the Van Gogh Museum, and to the Anne Frank house, because those are like the spots. I have been to the Rijksmuseum, it's in my Amsterdam vlog. That's not typically Amsterdam, you know? Definitely the Anne Frank house, yes. The Rijksmuseum is cool to experience, but it's not like, yeah, you have to see it because otherwise you haven't seen Amsterdam. No, if you don't have that much time, I would recommend to do the Anne Frank house, but after that, go outside, go to the Vondelpark. That's really Amsterdam. Go to the Jordaan, go to the 9 streets. Those are really authentic parts of Amsterdam. So you have the version of Amsterdam that tourists see and the version of Amsterdam that people that live here actually experience. Those are 2 totally different versions. Go and find the second one. Experience Amsterdam like a local without the bicycle. And then, oh my god, the food, because there are so many tourist traps here. And I am like, whenever I pass the let me say it in Dutch, Van Wonderen stroopwafels. It is a tourist trap. Every time I pass that, I see like a line, a huge ass line, by the way. And all I want to do is just scream to those people, stop, go out of that line, go to the Albert Kuipmarkt, go get some genuine Amsterdam Dutch stroopwafels. Because you ain't going to get them there. And you are paying like, you're paying like 10 times the amount for the actual Dutch stroopwafel, the authentic one that you can get at the Albert Kuipmarkt. Like, it is, please, don't fall for that shit. Basically, the thing is, whenever you see a restaurant or anything and there's a line outside, it's not where the locals eat. It's not. because we don't have time to get in a line to get a table. Okay? No time. So skip those places, please, because they are not the places where you want to go. An example of a really good restaurant where the locals eat is the Siren. It is really close to the Dam Square, but it's not on the Dam Square, like on the side street. That's basically where not a lot of people go because there's not much to see over there. There's basically just the good restaurants over there. So know that the Siren, it will change your life and your Amsterdam trip. Okay, so you should definitely go to the Anne Frank house because it is insane. You have to see it. You have to see it's like you will be short for words. But what you want to do for the Anne Frank house is buy your tickets in advance because there's also a huge line, and if they're booked out, they are booked out and you can just leave. And it's such a waste because it's definitely something that you have to see. So buy your tickets online in advance. Make sure that you have your tickets so you don't have to wait in line and you can just go inside. Now, if you come from a place where the weather is pretty much always lovely and nice and sunny, then you are in for a pretty big surprise, my friend. Because in Amsterdam, seriously, me being from Amsterdam, the weather makes me insane. It makes me insane. The weather is a reason for me to move, to go somewhere else and to not be here anymore. It can be sunny in the morning and then around lunchtime, it can like rain like super hard. And then all of a sudden, there's hail. And it can also be that then there's sun again, you can go outside, you can wear a t-shirt and it's really nice weather. And then you go to bed and the next morning you wake up and there's snow. It will drive you insane. If the weather is an important thing for you, just know that it is not the best thing. Prepare for like all the weather conditions that you can think of, even in the summer. All right, let's hope that everything is still in the same position because my battery just died. So I had to change it. But hey, welcome back. If this video has been helpful so far for your Amsterdam trip planning, make sure to give it a like and let's continue. I'm going to say this very clearly. If you're only coming to Amsterdam for the coffee shops and the red light district, you are missing out on a gorgeous city that has so much more to offer than just those two things. Having said that, I also will never understand how you will go to a foreign city to just explore those things. Like, besides the fact that Amsterdam has pretty much world-class museums, and I know I just mentioned that you don't need to go to all of the museums, and you don't. But really, Anne Frank house is something you cannot miss. If the weather is good, you really have to take a boat tour on the canals. And it's such a tourist thing to do, but it is amazing. And I am actually even thinking about just doing a boat tour. I will probably do that around May, June or something. So keep an eye on my socials because you will see me somewhere this year, this summer, in a boat. And I also want to say one more thing about the people that only come here for the coffee shops and the red light districts. Those are usually the exact people that say that Amsterdam is overrated. And yeah, I don't blame you because you have seen like the least interesting part of Amsterdam. It is not overrated. They just did it wrong. So make sure that you do it right. Now that you know all of these mistakes, you can actually avoid them. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this with more amazing tips, and there are so many amazing things coming. In a few weeks you can expect the travel vlog from Rome, so excited, and 2 hotel review vlog from Rome. After that we have Paris. There's so much coming. And I'm also curious, are you currently planning a trip to Amsterdam? Or have you already been to Amsterdam and did you make one of these mistakes? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one and I love reading your comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.